Was really briefly back in high school, myself and two other fellas decided to form this band. So we formed this band, and we've been together about, I don't know, 3-4 months. And one of the guys suggested that we get instruments and learn to play it. And we were going nowhere. So we got a mandolin, a conga drum, and a banjo, and we went nowhere a lot faster. So for about the next 20 years, I just kind of beat the hell out of guitar. When I was 42, someone gave me a book. It's called Letters to a Young Poet by a guy named Rilke. There was a line there about fear and what's on the other side of it. So at 42, overcame this fear of embarrassment. I called up a guy named Sam Swank. The appearance, will you teach me how to finger pick a little bit? And he did. And it validated what was in this book. I didn't realize I'd been fearful of certain things. I grew up for a while in this little house in southeastern Oklahoma, down near Hugo, Oklahoma. And I grew up in this little house by the side of the road, and painted on the front of this house was this giant red hand, a palm, and it had an eye in the middle of it. It had cards and pyramids and quarter moons. And my grandmother was a fortune teller for the Valentine Circus. Hugo, Oklahoma used to be known as Circus Town, USA. It's now known as Circus City, USA. So my grandmother was a fortune teller for the Valentine Circus, which is still in existence today, only now it's a little carnival. But during the summer, she would travel with them as Madame Rita, but then during the winter, she had our psychic reader there at our house with this giant red hen was painted on the front of our house. As a little kid, I'd walk around there and his hand would say, oh, it was terrifying. I mean, I still talk about it. She was a wonderful woman. She got older, she started drinking a little bit, and we would stand out on the front porch, and these cars would drive by, and she would yell, I knew you weren't gonna stop. Very impressive. My grandfather up there in southeastern Oklahoma was a bootlegger. Familiar with that term, bootlegger? That he smuggled books in Arkansas. My relatives in Arkansas hate it when I say that. May not make the record either. This song called The Messenger. I'm wearing old boots, like Cuban heels. My soles, they all worn, always stands here for grace. My trousers are torn, and my jacket is borrowed, and I'm wearing my tie behind the eyes in my face. I am not looking for loose diamonds. be okay. And to the rock and roll gypsies, may the last song you sing be that, Mr. Van Zandt, if you find yourself out in Santa Fe. I have a mission and a small code of honor to stand and deliver to you by whatever measure and the message that I give you. I got from this old poet. He said, our fears are like dragons guarding our most precious treasures. So I am not looking for loose diamonds here, no.